Hi, this is Treal of Jill and Treal, and I am coming to you on this Saturday morning to say good morning to all you fabulous divas out there. As you know, August 31st is nearly approaching, and my book, Rolling with the Punches, Learning to Triumph in the Midst of Adversity, is going to be released on that day. We are planning a huge launch party at the Aloft Hotel here in the Charleston, South Carolina area, in the Tanger outlet area, and it is going to be dynamic. I just know it is. Books are being sold, people are getting tickets, and they are ready to get the release of this dynamic baby that has been birthed in me, or has been conceived in me, has been birthed. And I'm just ready to share with the rest of you all out there. I talk about so many things in the book. I know that Jill has been sending out information on videos, and I've also did a video on brokenness, and I'm here today just to talk to you a little bit about overcoming divorce. That's one thing that I did talk about in the book, and as many of you know, I was previously married and I underwent a divorce. So I do want to just come to you a little bit this morning just to encourage you as it relates to if you're going through that, if you've been through that and still trying to find out who you are and how to get over it, or if that's something that just continues to bother you in your current state. I want to help you on today just to show you how you can overcome and triumph in the midst of that type of adversity. I'm going to go out on a limb and say here that anytime someone gets married, it is not their intention to get divorced. I know that was my intent. My intent was to be married forever, to live a happy life, successful marriage, and just be the wife that God had called me to be. But unfortunately, it did not end up that way for so many reasons. And you know, I can recall when the divorce did take place, and I had a sense of failure. I felt that I had failed. I felt that I had set out to do something. I set out to accomplish something, and I had set out to please God. And I felt that I had failed in so many areas. And it didn't help that Satan was definitely in my ear telling me that I was a failure. And people that were around me as well, unfortunately, told me that in so many words that I had failed as well. And as I began to ponder on people, what they were saying and what the enemy was saying, and what I was thinking through my head, I just went through so many feelings all at one time. I was distraught. I was despair. I was disappointed. I was unhappy. I was sad. I mean, I was just going through the motions. If you've ever heard of that, I definitely went through the motions, but God had assured me that he did release me from that situation. And unfortunately, during the course of that marriage, so much stuff did take place, infidelity and abuse and so many other things. So God did, in fact, release me from that situation, but I still had a sense of failure that I was feeling, and the enemy was still in my mind, in my head, just trying to make me feel that as if I was a failure and I had made a mistake as far as annulling or walking away from the marriage at that time. But how many of you know out there that God is a second, third, fourth, fifth, endless chancer? I mean, God gives us chance after chance after chance after chance. And once I was able to realize that what I was doing, it was not for people, but it was something that I had to do for my life, and something that God definitely did release me of, I had to pick myself up and I had to go on with my life. I understood that that was no longer my life. I had to accept my new reality as now a single mom, a single person. Not that I wanted to enter the single role again, but this was my new reality, and I just had to cope with it. And I was able to do that because I was able to understand that God did forgive me. I was able to no longer blame myself for what had happened, the things that did happen in the marriage, the things that did occur in the marriage. And I didn't blame the other party either. I just accepted what it was, and I was able to move on. So after I figured out, okay, God, this is my new life, this is my new reality, and it did hurt, it did cause pain, it did cause a feeling of separation, anxiety, so many other things that I felt because I'd been with this person for a period of time and they had taken care of all the things financially. So I was like, what am I going to do? You know, not so much that my marriage fell apart. At this point, the natural side of me started kicking in and said, okay, I need to figure out a plan here, because I don't have a plan. I don't have money saved. I cannot pay all of my bills by myself. I do not want to raise my son by myself. So Lord, what am I going to do? And I just felt really distraught. I'm like, okay, God, now, okay, this is my life now. This is my new reality. And you say you're going to cover me. You say you're going to be with me. Yes, I'm upset. I'm mad. And I'm disappointed that the marriage did fail. But this is my life now. So I'm accepting it for what it is. So I need you to help me. I need you to send people around me that's going to be able to help me, that's going to be able to build me, that's going to be able to encourage me, to let me know that it's going to be okay. That's not going to blame me. That's not going to say, I told you so and you shouldn't have married him in the first place. I didn't need that around me at that time. All I needed was love and support and nurturing as if I was a newborn child, because I needed somebody to be able to lift me and to build me and to encourage me and to support me like never before. So I sought out my family and friends to let them know, like, hey, this is my decision. This is what has happened. This is what it is. So I need you to support me. I need you to help me in areas that I feel helpless in, that I feel hopeless in. I had to reconfigure my life, reconfigure my finances. I had to continue to love my son unconditionally and support him in so many other areas because he was so young. He didn't understand exactly what was going on, but my love for him never failed. My love for him never changed. And I just continued to call on the Lord. I continued to grow closer to him. That was my time. I just took out and I just gave myself to God like never before, because I knew that I had to lean and depend on him at that time. I knew that that was my new reality and I had to rebuild my life. I had to recover from this, and I was determined to recover from it. So my life began again. It began again. And you know what? After a while, it was okay. I no longer thought about how and why and when and the shouldas and the couldas and the wouldas and if I did things. I no longer thought about that. I no longer allowed my mind to travel down that avenue, because I accepted where I was in God and I accepted where I was in life. So I encourage you on today, if you're currently going through a divorce or have gone through it, it's going to be okay. I know the dynamics of your life have changed. I know if kids are involved, things have changed, but I can promise you that it is going to be okay. If you allow God just to take your life where it is right now and just to give you direction, for him to be your roadmap to your next journey, it's going to be okay. You will cope. Your children will be okay. If co-parenting is involved, I pray to God that that goes well as well. And if it's not, I pray that God continue to cover you, protect you, and lead you and provide for you and your family. And I'm going to assure you that you will triumph in the midst of adversity. So if you are in the Charleston, South Carolina area, I do want to invite you to come out to the book launch. And we're also going to have a mini knowledge sharing social as well, talking about various topics on how to overcome the fear of buying a home, how to overcome adversity in your financial situation. We're just going to have so many great things that are going to be at that launch, and I want you to be a part of that. So if you're on our social media page, look out for information that's being posted. Go to JillandTreal.com. Email us at JillandTreal@detourmovement.com for more information. We send out a blog and a newsletter. Look for that information. If it's in your spam, look and see if it's there. Look for information we're sending out. We're sending out deals for the book and so many other things I do not want you to miss, because I know that regardless of what adverse situation you're going through right now, you are an overcomer. You are triumphant, and you will get through this. So until next time, this is Treal of Jill and Treal. I love you so very much. Look for the book, Rolling with the Punches, Learning to Triumph in the Midst of Adversity. Don't miss out on this. Don't miss out on this. This is my life that I have dispelled to you. Not only a memoir, but a transformational book that will help you through whatever situation that you're currently in, to let you know and to assure you over and over again that you are triumphant. So I'll talk to you soon. I love you all so very much, but God loves you best. Till next time, be blessed.